If you want to increase how much money you have available to save and invest every month, then you have to do one of two things. The first is by cutting back in certain areas of your life. In the video I made about how I save and invest 70% of my income every month, I touched on a whole bunch of ideas for you. The second way is by making more money. An easy way to do this is by finding a second job. Not just any second job though, a job that can make you at least an extra $100 per week, and in most cases earn you a lot more than that. So in this video, I'm gonna go through some high-paying part-time jobs that can help you increase your income so that you're able to increase your savings rate while also maximizing your time. These jobs are gonna be for anyone who wants to make some more money, to have some extra cash on hand for general spending, wants to put more money towards paying off their debts, as well as anyone who needs to invest more so they can eventually achieve financial independence or retire early as well. I want to see you make some extra cash, but I also want it to actually be worth your time. Hey, I'm Jarrad, and on this channel, we like to talk about all things personal finance and investing. Before I get too deep into this video, I just want to mention that looking for a high-paying part-time job is good, and if you need one, then that's great. But while you look for and work this high-paying part-time job, I'd like to see you continuing to work towards making more money at your full-time gig, whatever that is. Who knows, this part-time job could eventually turn into your main source of income. Either way, you need to continue to push the limits and maximize your income whenever you get the chance to kind of set yourself up for the future. I don't care what anyone says, there is no such thing as making too much money, but there is a such thing as making too little money. As we go through these high-paying part-time jobs, you'll notice that I'll give you a mixture of suggestions where you work for someone else and others where you work for yourself. While you can make some pretty decent money working for someone else, there is most likely going to be some sort of ceiling that you will eventually hit. The higher earning potential lies within those part-time jobs where you work for yourself because you earn more control of the variables. You first need to assess the skills that you already have. If you notice that you are lacking in marketable skills, then we need to work on the education piece of the process to get your skills up to a level where someone would pay you. You most likely already possess the skills needed to start working in a few of the jobs that I'll mention later in this video, but it's still good to take stock of what you already know. I made a video to help you get started with uncovering those skills you already have, so check out that video after this one. Link is in the description. For example, a few years ago I started training people in physical fitness stuff out of my garage, and I was also creating training plans and nutrition plans for people as well. I was making anywhere between $40 and $70 an hour doing this. Now this didn't happen by accident though. I had acquired the skills over the years by doing a lot of it myself, as well as educating myself on a consistent basis. The extra income not only helped me pay off $82,000 in debt faster, but it also essentially paid for all of the equipment that I now have in my garage gym. Please Hulk smash that thumbs up button because you're like the corner piece of a puzzle. Without you, I am completely lost. The first high-paying part-time job out there is a bartender or server. Now, restaurant work in general holds a special place in my heart. I worked in various restaurants for 16 years. I've done every job you can think of in restaurants and bars, from waiting tables to cooking to managing to bouncing in the bar to bartending. Pro tip, if you ever want a reason to never get really drunk ever again, then go hang out in a bar sober until closing time and just watch the people. Working in a bar over the years gave me this glimpse of what I must have looked like when I was hammered drunk back in the day. I'm not the biggest drinker and can't tell you the last time I was actually drunk, so I still enjoy going to the bar to partake in some people watching from time to time. Bartending and serving positions are by far the most lucrative jobs within a restaurant. I've seen many times where these two positions make more money than the actual manager. The last part-time restaurant job I worked at, I was making anywhere between $800 and $1,500 per month by just working on the weekends. So I was making anywhere between $17 and $32 per hour. This can of course vary depending on the area that you live in. Another benefit of restaurant work is that you meet some really cool people. The people you work with are fun, and the people you serve are just as interesting. You form a really close relationship and build those long-lasting friendships with all of your coworkers since you work really close together with everyone. Some of the most entertaining times in my life came from working in a restaurant and bar. Another pro tip, please don't date anybody you work with at a restaurant. I've done that in the past and it's turned into a mess. The next high-paying part-time job that's out there for you is a virtual assistant. With more and more businesses based on the internet, the world is becoming more and more flat in terms of career opportunities available to you. You can live in South Carolina and work for an entrepreneur that's based out of California or Montana, or one that's even in a whole different country than where you're at. Virtual assistant is a very broad job title for good reason. Entrepreneurs need more help than ever just trying to accomplish accomplish smaller tasks that don't make sense for them to do on a day-to-day basis. The tasks that they could hire you for could range from answering emails, to data entry, to customer service support, to research, to helping them manage customer invoices, and so many more things. The best part about most of these jobs is that you probably already know how to do a lot of the work. I would go as far as saying that 90% of you could do any of those jobs that I named right now. Think about it. If you get hired on with a good entrepreneur, then they'll be able to give you a lot of the direction on how they want this work done and managed. Just like any job, as you build up more and more experience, you'll be able to charge a higher price for your services and probably eventually become an expert in a certain field. The hours that you're going to be needed will depend on the particular job that's out there. I've seen them range from 1 to 3 hours 5 days per week to even 1 to 3 hours 3 days per week. This is the perfect way to spend your evenings once you get out of work from your full-time job. I would recommend heading over to Upwork.com, Freelancer.com, or go search virtual assistant jobs on Indeed.com. Create a profile so that people can search for you and even start applying for open positions that you see out there. New jobs are posted on a regular basis, so go poke around to see what's out there and the types of work that these people are looking for. The hardest part is starting, so you've just got to apply for that first job and see what happens. If you have fingers, a keyboard, access to the internet, and you're able to type words that you hear, then you should consider becoming a transcriber. The job is pretty basic and straightforward. All you do is listen to some sort of audio or video and type out what the person is saying. I pay for this service on every one of the YouTube videos that I release because I want to make sure that someone can watch and understand the words that are coming out of my mouth if they're hearing impaired, so that's where this service comes in. I personally use the website rev.com for this service. I'll throw a link in the description to check out their freelancer page so that you can sign up if you're interested in it. If you get hired to write out captions for videos, then you could make anywhere between 45 cents and 75 cents per audio minute. So if we plan on you working, we'll say 50 minutes per hour, then that means you have the opportunity to make anywhere between $22 and $37 per hour. The hours are extremely flexible since you do it on your own time. You also get a big bonus if you are bilingual and able to translate a foreign language. That work pays anywhere between $1.50 to $3 per audio minute. Like I said, I use rev.com, but I know there's a lot more out there for you to choose from. Dog sitting has become one of my favorite high-paying part-time jobs. Let's face it, people who really care about their pets are willing to dish out high dollars to take care of their furry little friends, including myself. I've done a ton of dog sitting over the years and have even hired people to watch my dogs while I was out of town, mainly because I would rather take my dog somewhere I know she's going to get that one-on-one attention as opposed to taking her to a larger facility where there's, I don't know, 30 extra dogs around. This is where you come in if you really enjoy dogs. The easiest way to get started with this work is through the app Rover. You're able to charge whatever rate that you want, so I can't put an actual dollar amount, but as you get more positive feedback, you're able to charge higher prices. I know that when I look for a dog sitter through the Rover app, I'm looking at the ratings more so than I am the prices. I am willing to shell out an extra, we'll say $10 to $20 per day for my dog to be taken care of by someone who has really good feedback. If you're able to build up a big enough client base, then you can just create your own website and start doing it on your own. Cut out the middleman so that you can take home a lot more of the profit. The Rover app probably doesn't want me saying that, but oh well. I actually hate taking my dog to a place that boards a lot of dogs at once because she always seems to come home with a ton of scratches and acts really funny whenever I pick her back up from these places. They don't seem to properly acclimate new dogs to the big group of dogs that they have in their facilities. People like me are willing to pay a lot more to know our dogs are safe, happy, and not going to come home worse than we took them in. Next, we have a travel agent. Now, this one might sound like it's something no one would ever pay for, but I completely disagree. Even though there are websites out there like Kayak, Orbitz, Priceline, doesn't mean that someone isn't willing to pay you to handle all of the scheduling and booking for them. People who have some money to throw around are willing to pay a lot of money to outsource a lot of this headache for themselves. If you're someone who enjoys the scheduling and logistics of this type of thing, then you'd be perfect for it. Always keep in mind that even though you wouldn't pay for it, doesn't mean someone else wouldn't. If you know that your target market are people with money, then you should market yourself as a high-end travel agent service. You're not looking for people like you or I who are trying to save a buck. You could even focus on specific types of trips. Your focus could be on trips to Europe or cruises or tropical vacations or outdoors focused as well. The possibilities are endless and will all depend on what you know about that specific vacation niche. This could be taken one step further where you create a whole website that is dedicated to vacations or trips to specific parts of the country or world. Not only would you be informing the potential traveler about the area that they'd like to go, but you'd also be able to offer the actual planning of that trip for a specific fee. fee. The next high-paying part-time job I have for you is where you teach students overseas online. Two of my buddies and their wives have been doing this for years and they love it. The one couple teaches on VIPKid and the other teaches through a website called GoGoKid. The requirements are that you have at least a bachelor's degree. Once you pass the interview, which I'm told is extremely easy, you can start earning around $22 per hour. Each class is 30 minutes long and you're able to schedule your work hours based on when you're available. It is extremely flexible. Both of those couples have kids and they wanted to start earning some extra cash, so this is what they decided to do since it is so simple. They all like to log in first thing in the morning before work to teach 1 or 2 students, then do the same thing on the weekends. The more consistent you are, the more likely you'll start to get the same students that will want to sign up with you. This has been a simple way for each of them to earn an extra $500 per month from home without doing a lot of extra work. I actually helped my buddy's wife make a video where she explains the whole process of getting started with GoGoKid. If you want some more info on it, I will throw a link in the description to that video. Links to everything else that I mentioned is down in the description. I also have links down there for all kinds of playlists to help you out with all of your personal finance needs. Please make sure to Hulk smash that thumbs up button and leave a comment down below of some of the high-paying part-time jobs that you know of. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more personal finance and investing videos just like this one. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Adios.